Tonight on Channel 281, James Taylor live in concert. Music to listen to while making cookies with your mother. Followed by Jesus, the high school years. It's swimming class and a certain someone is a little nervous. All tonight on Channel 281.
We're here with Northwest Metro Wrestling newcomer, Safe Word. Mr. Word, I understand you used to be an actor. Can you tell us why you had a career switch?
Well, let me tell you something there, Webby. Acting will always be my one true love. As a thespian, I need to be able to dig deep and recall those moments of intense emotion, which is why I like to practice on top of broken glass and rusty nails. Professional wrestling was just the next logical step in my career.
That is very impressive. All right, now tell me, who do you want to fight? You can fight anyone. The Kentucky Gentleman, Toledo Timmy, anyone you want. Who do you want to fight? Challenge him right now, live on TV. We'll hook it up for you.
Webby, I need to come clean. That last answer was acting. Yup. The real reason that I got into professional wrestling was because I like to have big, sweaty muscle men on top of me. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. Matter of fact, there will be lots of big sweaty muscle men right here on Channel 281, Northwest Metro Wrestling, every Thursday night. Be there, be square, be muscly and sweaty.
But I'm furry.
Good evening and welcome to Community Forum. I'm your host, Robert Arsh. We're brought to you by Fuller's Pharmacy. It's one for you, one for me. On tonight's program, we have the winner of the Countywide Science Fair, Zach Harris. Good evening, Zach.
Good evening, Robert.
Now, you're on quite a tear here. You've won the last 6 county-wide science fairs. Tell me, what's your secret?
It's very simple. These contests are just beneath me.
Well, it sure sounds like it. Can you tell us what the winning entry was this year?
It's very interesting. It was a mind control device for squirrels.
What's the practical application?
To weaponize the squirrels.
What?
I'm sorry. To help the human race.
Well, that's very nice of you. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Fuller's Energy Drinks. We swear it's not meth. What's next for Zach Harris?
Well, my father is making me mow the lawn today.
Well, chores can be a drag.
Yes, but my squirrels will help me, and I don't plan to stop there. That would be a waste of my time and everyone's time.
As well as the squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, why make them suffer? Anyway, I'm going to outfit my squirrels with lasers, razors, or tiny machine guns. Anything that can help me conquer my yard and then the world.
Well, that's very ambitious, Zach.
I know, but you need to understand, I'm not kidding. I'm going to conquer the world.
Are you worried at all about the Batman?
Batman isn't real.
And that's a shame. It sounds like you're going to be a real handful. That's all the time we have for tonight. I'd like to thank our guest and future overlord, Zach Harris. And I want to remind you about Fuller's Cola. The bubbles are tiny screams. Good night.
I go by Dr. Z now, and I plan to conquer you all. Good luck.
I'm Randy St. Clair, and tonight's show is brought to you by Fuller's Orphanages, tornado resistant up to category F4. And now, your host for the evening, the funniest man in Fridley, the most hilarious man in Hopkins, and the silliest man in the cities, it's Jimmy Ware!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but just moments ago, I found out that there was a F5 tornado that hit the metro area. And it's bad. It's bad, guys. It hit the orphanage first. That's the first place it hit. And it was just devastated. Of course, next door, as you know, is the animal shelter, which was also just completely wiped out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to take our community a long time just to recover from. I mean, sure, financially, but emotionally, this is going to be a heavy toll. When you go home and you see the bodies on the news. But I think our job here at Fuller's Comedy Hour, I think our job is comedy, by God. And I really believe that eventually levity is the only thing that's going to get us out of this. Just together, we need to laugh. We need to laugh, folks. So to that end, I'd like to introduce Terry Crews. It is his first time here, and he's a great comedian. He devastates. He just kills audience like those children were killed. Could you please just lead him on, band? Please, thank you, band. I love you guys.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's give a quick shout out to those kids. Hopefully they make a full recovery, right?
There were no survivors. None.
Oh, that's a human tragedy. Like those gas prices, am I right?
All the puppies, too. Every puppy.
Every puppy?
Every puppy is dead.
Oh my God, every puppy is dead. It just keeps getting worse. But what about those knuckleheads up in Congress, right?
Walls of rubble, I heard, fell on the children, who were then flung 200 yards, and their screams could be heard over the 200-mile-an-hour wind.
Oh. Well, maybe my mother-in-law was in there, huh?
Oh, no, she wasn't. Just puppies and kittens and children. And the people that took care of them. Who, ironically, have now left behind orphans of their own, and there's nowhere to put them because we had to go F4.
This is not going well.
Oh, it's all right. You still have 2 minutes.
I have 2 minutes.
You got this. You got this.
Okay. I got this. Well, speaking of my mother-in-law,
she was not there. She would have left behind orphans of her own. You'd be an orphan, okay? And there'd be nowhere to put you.
Technically, my wife would be an orphan, not me.
Okay, let's argue semantics when children are dead and puppies are being flung through the air into brick walls.
You're right.
Oh God, I saw the pictures.
Could we maybe cut to commercial or something?
You still got 1 minute.
I don't think I should take that minute.
Okay. Thank you.
It's your boy Gaines, aka Gaines a few inches if the roommate cold. Check. I like to pour one out for my man, Lenny Bruce. Check. Word. Check. And my man Red Fox too. You know what I'm saying? Comedy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Check. Shout out to my baby moms. Word.
Yeah, Gaines! You're on the air. Stream your dreams into the airwaves at Channel 281 Community Access. You're on the air. Live and syndicated. You're on the air. That one, Minnetonka, but nobody watches there. You're on the air.
You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air. You're on the air.
Good evening. On the program tonight, we have continuing coverage of the tornado that has decimated Crystal Park. But first, our top stories.
Today, the Board of Tourism released a segment regarding the recent rise in Sasquatch sightings, assuring visitors he is not just a pile of feral cats that we have glued together.
In related news, the board went on to say the Sasquatch, while safe to most, does appear to be targeting the elderly.
Fuller's has recalled their new line of feminine hygiene products as they are infested with spiders.
In local news, I met a nice young lady at a bar and she won't return my texts. Probably gay.
Well, it's that time of the year again. The Crystal Park Girl Scout troops are out selling cookies. This year, their goal is to sell more than 30,000 boxes of those delicious cookies through fear and intimidation.
And with the traffic report, we have the Iron Mauler.
This is the Iron Mauler with a special Channel 281 traffic report. This just in. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 ding, ding, dinged up cars on Toledo-Timmy Parkway. I would steer clear from there and him. Basically, travel is not advised anywhere in or around the Northwest Metro Arena in Crystal Park. This traffic report has been brought to you by Fuller's Fuel. It's got vitamins, electrolytes, and a crap ton of other ingredients I can't pronounce. That's what makes it good.
Thanks, Mauler.
Geez, that guy's just a bundle of energy, isn't he? Today marks the 5th anniversary of the devastating Crystal Park Mall fire. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all the cell phone kiosks lost in the tragedy.
Before we go tonight, there is a nefarious new trend taking over the youth. That's right, this generation is seeing a rise in a scourge called ice water enemas. Tonight at 10, our intrepid reporter Webby goes undercover to discover what and why this trend is becoming so popular.
Chilling.
That's our program. Remember to stick around for tonight's primetime lineup, including Kids Say Racist Things and the historical drama Jellystone. Good night.
And have a tolerable tomorrow. Holy shit!
Hello and welcome to Travel the World with Cam. You might remember me from Cooking with Cam, the cooking show that was canceled before its time. I recently found out was referred to as a travesty and a stain on the record of Channel 281. I learned this through an email that I do not believe was meant to be sent to me. However, I am in an ironclad contract that my lawyers inform me is irrefutable to do at least 8 episodes for 281. So here I am pitching a show about travel. I was greenlit, and I found out that they do not have the budget to send me to exotic locales that will entice viewers and wow audiences around the world. And with that in mind, I decided to bring on my Uncle Fred, who was recently on a Caribbean cruise. Uncle Fred, welcome to the program.
Glad to be here, Cam.
Glad to have you. So tell me, what prompted a Caribbean cruise after years of what some would refer to as a sedentary life?
Your Aunt Becky. She's wanted to go on a Caribbean cruise for years, and last winter I broke down and I bought 2 tickets.
Well, that sounds lovely. How was it?
I got the norovirus the very first day. I spent the entire cruise in my bathroom.
Well, that sounds awful for you, but hopefully Aunt Becky had some tales.
Oh, she had a great time. She met so many people on this cruise. I'm in the bathroom puking out of both ends, and she's out there dancing with the ship's captain.
Sounds a little like we should have had Aunt Becky on the program.
Oh, you should have. Did you know she got caught smoking pot on the water slide? I'm in the room, so sick. And she's out living her best life.
Awful, just awful.
Oh, actually, it wasn't so bad. I got a couple of free cruise tickets.
Well, that's fantastic. Where will you be taking a cruise to this time?
Oh, hell, I'm not getting on another boat. I gave the tickets to your Aunt Becky. She's going to take your cousin Eric with her, that no-good little punk. I hope he gets sick.
Well, that's a lovely sentiment to end the program on. I have a sinking feeling we probably won't be returning for a second one. So with that in mind, this has been Travel the World with Cam. Safe travels, everybody.
Welcome back to 81 family. It's so good to see your fantastic faces again. How have you been? I'm glad to see you survived the storm. Sounds like it was one heck of a spooky cyclone. Luckily, the fine folks here at Channel 281 reinforced the basement after the Great Raccoon Fire of '72. Oh, and speaking of which, we were able to evict some of those troublesome trash pandas. Well, at least most of them, but it's okay, they're good company. You know, a lot has changed since we saw each other last, but worry not, for there is one thing that will never waver.
The video vault.
So come on in and have a seat, and let's wrap you up in that big warm blanket that is cable access television. There's one video in particular that I cannot get out of my head, so allow me to get it into your head and possibly even into your dreams. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is John Dacre. Lord is risen today, hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, hallelujah. To your voice in triumph's high, hallelujah. Sing to your voice in hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. What? It's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-ling, ting-a-ling-ling, and the bell ring, more. Amore. You're in love when you know that you feel some more to me, but you see back in old Napoli, that's amore.